lie to ourselves. We are natural liars. And one of the biggest lies I have was this idea that my happiness was linked to success. And being successful really meant that I had to make a lot of money, I had to have a fancy title, and I basically had a lot of things, material things. That's what it meant to be successful. But what made that lie even worse was, in order to achieve those things, it meant that I was going to be a terrible husband, a terrible father, because I won't have time to spend with any of them. Because all my time will be spent doing things that I probably won't like. I probably have to be in a toxic political environment, climbing the corporate ladder. And so if you look at that lie, the very pursuit of my happiness led to my unhappiness. Because there's this direct tension and conflict between what I wanted to achieve, which was success, which meant happiness, but then it meant letting down people that I loved. It meant doing things that I didn't like. How do you reconcile that? For many years, that was just my belief and my lie. And because of that, I was not able to go all in on something or really pursue the definition of success to my 100% capability, because that meant being unhappy. And it also meant putting stress and pressure on the people I love. Why are you holding me back? Can't you let me spend more time on my work? That's ridiculous. So that is the quintessential lie for me that made me sort of stay in this middle mode where I couldn't move away, where I couldn't wholeheartedly pursue something. And the crazy thing is, if you think about it, our self-talk is so important, and we have been conditioned to do that from the very moment that you're born. Your parents, our parents, my parents have been conditioning us to lie to ourselves. I think it's a part of growing up. But the problem is transitioning from a kid to an adult. You're actually starting to make your own decisions. And that's the hardest part to do, which is to really find what you care about and what beliefs you have, not what others put onto you. So it instantly reminds me of, I have a 3-year-old son, and we're constantly telling him what to do, what not to do, right? So he's already being conditioned to lie to himself. Oh, I'm gonna feel better if I do this, because if I do this, my parents are gonna be happier and things are gonna be better. As opposed to living his own dreams and doing his own what he wants. But of course, he's a kid, so what he wants probably isn't safe, probably will lead him to his demise. So there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem comes when we move from a kid to an adult, where we're making decisions for ourselves. And I found these lies and these things that I tell myself through self-awareness, right? Through self-reflection. And many people never get there. And many people face these lies they tell themselves every single day for the rest of your life. And that's pretty sad. So what we all, I think, need to do is to kind of start looking at what are these things, these lies that we tell ourselves to keep us in place. Because our brain, the really core part of it, the oldest part of our brain, the reptilian brain, is there to keep us safe. And it's there to stop us from being uncomfortable. And facing these lies that we tell ourselves is very uncomfortable. Sure, there are other things that are uncomfortable with lying, like this conflict that I talked about. And so when that becomes so uncomfortable, you have to address it You need to do that and don't hide away from it. You need to open that box and take a look at what is that lie that's been holding you back, that's been keeping you from moving forward, keeping you from your goals, your dreams, and whatever that you want. And so these tensions are there continuously, day after day after day, and eats at you. It's a slow death, right? It's not a situation or an event that makes you hit rock bottom and you want to turn around. And some people do. But let's not get there. Let's try to look at ourselves and reflect and turn these lies into empowering beliefs before we get to a point where we hit the rock bottom. And so when we think about the first step, I'm gonna tell you about 4 steps or 4 things you need to do to turn the lies that you tell yourself into an empowering belief or beliefs. And the most important thing is being able to look at yourself and be okay. That's step number 1. Don't judge yourself. Don't. Everybody has these lies. It's a natural fact of life. Growing up, like I said, you're conditioned. The environment conditions you. It is what it is. And it's okay to love yourself and be good to yourself and still be able to look inward and open that box and look at what are all these lies I've been telling myself to keep me comfortable, to stop me from making progress, to give myself excuses not to do the hard work to actually achieve what I want to achieve or do the things that I want, because I just tell these lies all the time. So first, don't judge yourself. Number 1, it is okay. Everything is okay. It is what it is. We are who we are. We cannot change the past. Our decisions now will help shape our future. Number 2, uncover the reasons behind your tensions, the conflicts, just the things that you feel that are uneasy for you every day. They are there. And if you just look at that and ask yourself, why am I feeling that way? You will start to uncover these lies that you tell yourself. You'll uncover these things that you believe and hold so dear and true to your identity. And you will start to see that these are just lies, right? For example, a lie that I tell myself, growing up was, I'm not a morning person. Just something that I put in there in my head. I am not a morning person, so I don't wake up. I wake up late. That's what I do. But once you start to look at that, why is that a thing? Why is that a belief? Have you even tried? What if you make it a no choice decision? So I talk about waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning. If you start to challenge these ideas and beliefs about yourself, which are really conditioned by your environment, you will start to find that they are just lies and they're not real, because it's a mere fact of you placing these limitations and boundaries on yourself. So you never get into discomfort. So that's number 2, uncover them by looking the reasons behind these conflicts and tensions that you have. And so once you have them, you start to look at them objectively. Look at them and say, is that real? Is it really what I feel, or what the environment or my parents or other people want me to feel? This idea of me thinking having fancy titles means I'm successful. Is that real? No. Are there other reasons or other folks that you see, that you look at and they are successful without fancy titles? Yeah, of course. But being in an environment, in a corporate environment, and with the people that you associate with, your environment shapes who you are. And of course, through the years of growing up, that's just what it is. And so look at them objectively and say, is this real? Is this the truth? Are there scenarios in which this is not true? And start to look at them in their light. And once you objectively assess them, the step number 4 then is to rewrite it, change it. So my new belief, taking away that lie that happiness means success, and success means money, power, titles, and that means terrible work-life balance, or have to deal with toxic politics, right? And letting my family down. That's rewritten. And so happiness to me is internal. Happiness to me is gratitude. And that's every day. I can be happy anytime, any day, because I'm alive, I'm healthy, I'm a human being, which is a miracle in itself. Um, and and to be successful means to be happy, to try, to be able to try and do the things that you love, no matter what. And so there's no expectations of a result. And so that puts me in a totally different mindset of what happiness means and what I want to achieve. And no longer is this tension of, oh, I want to be successful, but then there are all these things that I have to give up and do, and I have to treat the people I love badly. No, it doesn't have to be that way. So once you start to decouple these things, rewrite what an empowering belief for you might be. For someone who is struggling to lose weight, for example, and you're saying, "Oh, I'm just never gonna be skinny. Like, this is who I am, right? I'm bad at diets. I'm bad at following through fitness regimens. I'm just not good at waking up and exercising every day." That's not true. That's just a lie that you're telling yourself to avoid the hard work of actually doing that. Why is that true? Even if you failed in the past, and then you start digging in, why have you failed in the past? Why did you not stick to it? So the more you can uncover these lies you tell yourself to keep you in an uneasy, intentioned state, the better it is for you to kind of rewrite that. So again, 4 steps, 4 things you need to do. Number 1, don't judge yourself. You are awesome. You are good. You are everything that you are right now. The past is the past. It's time to build for the future. Don't judge yourself. Everybody lies to themselves. It's just a part of life. It's just the way it is. Number 2, uncover the lies behind your tensions, right? Look at what are things that make you feel stressed. Uncover them. Start listing them out. Number 3, look at them objectively. Look at them like you've just seen them for the first time. And see if it's really true, or is it something that you're just telling yourself as a result of being conditioned. And last but not least, rewrite them in a frame that is now true to you, that it's aligned, which makes sense, and is empowering to do what you want to do. So here it is, the things that you need to do to stop and turn these lies that we tell ourselves every day into empowering beliefs. Take care. This is Howie again. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to see more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me in my various social channels, all down there in the notes. And I'll see you soon. Take care.